A group of Osage students at the University of Oklahoma are asking that a scholarship fund that was originally created to benefit them be used for that purpose. It's a little complicated, but who better to explain it than our Native Affairs reporter, Kennedy Sepulvado. Kennedy.
Complicated indeed, Rich. The University of Oklahoma received $1.75 Osage headright after it was left in a will to be used for a scholarship for single Osage men. However, when the students called about the scholarship, they were left with more questions than answers. The scholarship was news to many OU Osage students who joined the new and first ever single tribe club on campus in Norman.
In the fall of 2022, Gigi was a freshman, and she kind of talked to me about the Osage scholarship. She's the one who brought it up, and I had never heard of it. Haven't ever heard of it through Osage people either. And so she talked about, you know, finding a club, having a club come together, since there were so many Osage students here, and we had never heard of this scholarship. And so that's kind of why we created it.
I was just kind of surprised that I didn't know about it, and it went under the wraps until I would join the Osage Club.
The reigning Osage princess, Gigi Siki, is at the forefront of the Osage students' search for answers. Her questions started well before her first day of classes started at the university.
I was just trying to fund my way through college, and my grandpa actually was the one who told me about the Osage scholarship. And he said, "Oh, you have to go call the university. There's an Osage scholarship."
Which is exactly what she did. However, she was told the only scholarship they knew of was through the Osage Nation Education Department.
So I called the university back, the financial aid office, and I didn't really get too much information. They said how they don't know who's Osage, and they don't know who it's going to, in a sense. And so that got me thinking, where is it actually going?
Because she was told the university doesn't know who is Osage, the Osage Club was created to find and unite the students, and to inform the university who on campus is Osage.
We feel like that's our money that needs to be given to us. So I got my name put in, and we made a list of Osage males and Osage community members that should be put in at the University of Oklahoma.
More Osages started coming to our meetings, so I put them down, and I got their OU IDs, and I went to the financial aid office. I hand-delivered the paper as well as emailing it.
The list was accepted by the university, and the group of students started working with the financial aid office. The students have yet to hear any updates, but some male club members received private scholarships following their efforts. So what exactly is an Osage headright, and how does a university have one? When the Osage moved to Indian Territory, they bought the 1.47 million acre reservation from the Cherokee Nation. Then, in 1906, the federal government pushed to divide the reservation into individual allotments, as it did with other tribal reservations.
But the proceeds of the sale that bought this reservation actually had a reserve clause, is that we would hold everything underground in common. And the United States signed it. And that's when the 1906 Act, you could only allot the top of the surface, and we kept the minerals estate.
With the nation having rights to the reservation's mineral estates, tribal members received payments for what was produced on what was at the time the largest oil refinery in America.
This is distributed back to the original 2,229 headright owners, and it's identified as a headright to the United States government. That's how they allocated items of a non-citizen even back to the days of slavery. To date, we have taken that in perpetuity, and that now we are paying it out to the original allottees' descendants.
Until 1978, anyone, no matter their affiliation with the tribe, could inherit a headright, which led to a series of murders known as the Reign of Terror in the 1920s. As for the university, their headright was received when an Osage left it in a death will to be used for a scholarship.
If they are having the process that they're not following, then we need to open up the criteria for the receiving of this scholarship. It was down to petroleum engineer, geology, in a section, but you and I both know we live in a new world of technology.
The Osage Minerals Council will work with the Osage Nation in determining how to proceed with conversations regarding the Headright Scholarship. Meanwhile, the Osage Club is planning their next steps for approaching the university about the funds.
We want to write a letter from the Osage Club, from all of us, but we want to know where this Headright is even going.
They have gotten Headright money and Osage Minerals state money for many years since this Headright has been left to the university in the will of the family. And so we challenge the University of Oklahoma to lead on, as they say, and help us with discovering the reality of this scholarship and what it should be doing for our university students.
The Oklahoma News Report did reach out to the University of Oklahoma regarding the Headright and its intended purposes. The university was unable to provide any information for our request.
Finding answers about the scholarship isn't the only thing OU Osage Club is up to this semester. They want to challenge the Oklahoma State Osages to a Bedlam hand game this spring.